topic of the day, it takes a village. Over the weekend, I was sent this article talking about, is it better to put 20% down on a $700,000 home or 10% down, assuming you've got the money for the 20% down payment? But are you better off putting down the 20% or the 10%, paying mortgage insurance, and reinvesting the funds? So, and the article was written, it was in Yahoo Finance, but I don't know what the author had been drinking, but I am assuming that he or she must have been drinking something very potent, because it was written, like I said, the 22nd of September. And for some reason, they were using a 3% mortgage rate. Now, if you are alive, you know better than that.
You know better than that.
On September 22nd, it was pretty much impossible to get a 3% mortgage rate. But I decided, okay, I'm going to talk to you about this same concept, but what if we use a more realistic mortgage rate? I used 7.375 because I did it last night. Didn't know what the rates would be. I am not offering this to you. I am using this for educational purposes only. Excellent credit, well-qualified borrower, but I just threw into the formula 7.375. So I did it the first scenario. I did $700,000, 20% down, $46.96 is the payment. And yeah, of course, you need $152,000 in funds to close that loan. Okay, what if you, instead of doing the 20% down, you did 10% down? And yes, of course, you are paying mortgage insurance there. $5,306 is the payment on that one. So yes, it is costing you $600 a month more. But wait a second, you had that money, the extra money, available to you. So you took that extra money and you gave it to a successful financial planner. And we've talked to some of them on our radio broadcasts, some financial planners on our radio broadcasts. One of them, Todd Halterman, you remember we talked to him, and he actually shared the concept that he's got a two-direction fund, a dual-direction fund of some sort, where you're protected on the downside and you make money on the upside. But I digress. We don't want to get into that. What I am going to say is, what if the financial planner was able to get 10% return, which is a fairly decent number if you're putting in long-term on the S&P 500? 10% return. Got it. Okay, so what happens after 15 years? Taking into account the difference in the payments, I get it, you have to account for that. Well, after 15 years, you're going to be looking at a net worth of $1,099,000. So let's call that $1,001,000 versus the 20% down. You're at $840,000. So that's $260,000 right there. Now, we got to take it one step further. That's only after 15 years, too. I mean, I should mention that because it is a 30-year loan. But let's take it one step further, because after about 10 years, just going by the amortization table, the mortgage insurance should fall off. And what if we put that money into our investment fund? Well, now that account is worth $1,133,000. So we went from having $260,000 to almost $300,000 by doing this. Again, no guarantees. We don't guarantee anything on Ron Siegel Radio. I try to educate you on these issues. This is just for educational purposes only. So here's the concept here. You're taking less money to put in your down payment, more money to put into your investment account. Going to keep it there for the same length of time as your loan on your mortgage. You're going to put the extra money in there once you've exhausted the need for your mortgage insurance. And I didn't even throw into the equation here, we are heading into a recession. Almost all the major economists are telling us that. Almost every major indicator is telling us that. The Federal Reserve is promising that. The federal government, they're saying we're going to keep spending money, which is going to help us get into a recession, right? All of these things are already happening. Historically, during a recession, interest rates drop. So you wait, and real estate values traditionally continue to rise. So if that happens 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, you could potentially refinance that loan and get rid of the mortgage insurance earlier and have more money going into your investment account every single month. So I just gave you the worst case scenario of what we're forecasting. Do with it as you wish. You've been educated.